Two of the most important decisions taken by President Nixon at the beginning of his second term involve his plans to cut back on aid to cities and aid to poor people. The changes he has brought about so far are sweeping in scope. Today in Washington, thousands of people gathered to protest the president's actions, a gathering of city mayors and of poor people's organizations. Gordon Graham covered that story.
They came by the busload, more than 10,000 strong, to appeal to their senators and representatives, hoping the Congress might somehow save the inner-city anti-poverty programs the president has already begun to shut down. A delegation of big city mayors came too. They met with the Democratic leadership, seeking not only to save the war on poverty, but a wide range of city-oriented programs the president has cut.
The president, I believe, has the majority of the public opinion with him.
And what they heard, both the mayors and the people, was not very hopeful.
What's going to determine the ultimate fate of these programs is going to be the perception that the vast majority of Americans have of these programs. And if we can't convince them that the president's wrong and we're right, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be 435 congressmen running for re-election over there in 2 years who are going to be going out on the hustings and saying, man, I'll tell you what, I agree with you, but 78% of the people in my poll say that the president's absolutely right. But you don't expect me to stand up there and say the president's all wet, do you?
When their meeting with the leadership ended, the mayors were determined, but they were not encouraged.
We're talking about human beings. Somebody will suffer if these programs are not extended entirely or substantially. And those someones are the citizens of the cities of the United States.
We're all here, black, white, brown, yellow, all of
After a morning of lobbying, the mayors with the leadership, the poor people with their congressmen, they rallied on the Capitol steps to tell each other of their doubts and determination.
In this country, I am here to get what is mine. But don't tell me that you cannot deal with my people in Newark and you're going to rebuild Hanoi and Vietnam.
Your presence here today is a statement that this country belongs to all of the people and not just to the military millionaires who get subsidies even for their mistakes.
Let us all together say our rally for the nation. I am somebody. I am.
The Nixon administration has already started phasing out the Office of Economic Opportunity, and there is little the Congress can do about it. And those thousands who did so much walking and talking around the Capitol probably were engaged in an exercise in futility. Gordon Graham, NBC News, Washington.
The administration's cuts in anti-poverty programs and aid to cities have been widespread. Here is what one of them looked like when our correspondent Betty Rollin paid a visit.
This Harlem Community Action Program has its offices in a tenement in the heart of one of the largest poverty areas in the country.
I am tired of school.
The Harlem Trailblazers work in public schools with problem students, but mainly what they offer here is adult education. In this community, that often means helping people get the equivalent of a high school or elementary school education. It also means helping people learn to read and write English. 85% of those who passed the high school equivalency exam went on to college. When programs like this stop, thousands of people in New York will lose these services. The director of this program spoke about its value in a community like Harlem.
It's small, it's on a more personal basis, and it's cozy for the residents to come here.
Do you think they will go anywhere else after the program is disbanded?
I feel that they won't have the incentive to go other places because it may be more threatening to them, and they will not have the desire to go because it's out of their community.
When this program is over, there are places outside the immediate community where these people could go to learn what they learn here. But in most cases, they lack both the motivation and the sophistication to go outside. So, in most cases, they'll probably wind up where they were before. Nowhere. Betty Rollin, NBC News, New York.
Earl Butz, the Secretary of Agriculture, said today that food prices in January went up at a higher rate than in 20 to 25 years.